Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Please say hello as you're hopping on today. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's Eve. I'm glad you're joining us today. We're here for a little party. Whitney's here with me today too.
Woo!
And we are gonna ring in the new year TE style, albeit a little early, a few hours early, but we are gonna have some fun today. We have some prizes. You're gonna have to wait till the end for the prizes, but we're gonna talk about some of the best of TE in 2024, taking a look back at your favorite products that you told us by your purchases were your favorites this year. And we're, of course, going to get crafty together. We're going to talk about our New Year's resolutions or goals, if you prefer. If you don't like the word resolutions, then I'm sure everybody's been thinking about some things you want to do differently in the new year, so, or more of, or less of. So we're going to talk about that as well. I'm going to pop the comments up here on the screen so that I can see who is joining us today. Hello, hello. Oh, you guys, it is happening to me. I have to get these eyes checked, Whitney.
What?
I know. Over break, I was kind of on my laptop working on my computer, doing a few things, and I said to John, I think it's time. I've just been sort of pulling the wool over my eyes. I mean, that's a good pun for not being able to see. But just kind of fooling myself that I don't need glasses and I don't need readers. So he decided to go up to his drawer where he now has full-on glasses, but he pulled out his old readers and brought them to me, and I put them on, and I was like, wow, this is great. So as I'm looking at the screen here today, I'm like, I can't read the names very well. Janet's here, Catherine, hello, Shelly, Amrita, hello, good morning. Are you guys working today, or do you have the day off? I know lots of you, if you're a teacher, then school is still probably out. And maybe you have some extra time off of work and able to join us today for this fun time. So if you haven't already figured out, we do not have a new release of products today, but we do have a special offer for you. So this category of products we're going to be talking about, the best of tailored expressions from 2024, all of these products are on sale 10% off. And so if you go through our website, you can click on the category Best of TE, and you can find all of those products. And then if you don't have any of them, maybe you'll be inspired by today's crafty projects to grab something that was not in your collection yet. So Shannon, it's a day off for you today. That's great. Hello, Claudia. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. We're almost there. I always get a little bit sentimental at the end of the year, thinking about the past year and, you know, what has gone now, what is in the past, and just reminiscing and thinking about the good times and, of course, the things that you wish you had done more of or wish you could maybe go back and change. But yes, always a little bit sentimental at the end of the year, but really excited to look forward into 2025 and what's to come. As far as TE goes, we have some really exciting things going. I know, there's a big eek from Whitney. We have some really exciting things coming in 2025, so I'm glad you guys are all here for it. And you're going to get a tiny sneak peek today. Stick with me a little bit. We're going to talk about one of your favorites from this past year has been collecting our every order freebies. So that is coming up, a new year, a new collection, and you're gonna get the first tiny sneak peek of it today. So, all right, shall we get started? Yes, looks
Yay!
like everybody's here. Oh, I love this. Joyce says she's retired and every day is her day off.
I love that for you.
Yes, I talked to my mom a few times over kind of our holiday break, and she says the same thing. She doesn't know what day it is usually because she said every day is like Saturday. So I love that for you. All right, well, let's get started here, and I'm going to bring you guys down onto my glass board. This has been one of my favorite products of the year because it has literally changed my crafting and the way that I craft and the speed that I can clean up things, which has never been one of my favorite things, cleaning. But I find it actually kind of fun and satisfying now to clean. So let's talk about some of the best of TE in 2024. Any guesses what our most purchased item from 2024 was? You guys love these. It is, well, now where did I put it? Here it is. It's kind of tiny, so I almost lost it. But these little mini tear-off calendars have been our most purchased product in 2024. And I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be our most purchased product in 2025 as you guys want to buy the year 2026. We'll be releasing that in the new year. But these little guys are just a tear-off calendar that you can make into the gift that keeps on giving for your friends and family throughout the year. As they tear each month away from your handmade creation, they get to enjoy whatever you have designed for the whole year through. So that is maybe not so hard to guess, because we have talked about how these mini calendars are just one of the greatest sellers that we have in our collection. So we also wanted to talk about what have been the favorite colors this past year. So I know it's a little bit different because we have some colors that are established colors, and then this year we had 3 new color releases: a spring, a summer, and a fall color release. And so we had lots of new colors this year, and I want to share with you the top 3 new cardstock colors and the top 3 established cardstock colors. So any guesses of the colors currently in our collection? What do you think is the most purchased? And I'm not talking about white or craft or black. We're talking about a color. So if we were truly going off of every color, of course it would be white. We use white a lot. But our top 3 established cardstock colors for best sellers are Cherry Pop. Of course, red goes with Christmas. It goes with Valentine's Day. It's a great birthday color. It's the start of the rainbow, so not too surprised on that one. Cupcake. This one is a really pretty light pink. A little bit surprising to me. Cupcake isn't one that I reach for a ton, but it was out of stock for quite a while and came back in stock at some point this year, and so you guys have stocked back up on that. And then last but not least, we have Sweet Potato Pie, a beautiful rusty orange color. A little bit darker than candy corn, but lighter and not quite as red as pumpkin. So those are our 3 most purchased colors in 2024 for colors that are that have already been part of our collection. So now let's talk about cardstock that was new this year and what are the top sellers of new cardstock colors. So I have 3 of them here. I'm excited to hear if you're surprised by this. I was a little surprised by one of these, I think, but so many beautiful colors this year. And this first bestseller was Blue Cheese. You guys love this dusty blue. It's kind of like a blue jean blue, a little bit lighter version of blue corn. Also goes great with blueberry and saltwater taffy and sprinkles. So a really pretty color that we added to the collection this year. Now this one came later in the year, which still made the bestsellers list even though we just released it at the end of September. This one is called Wintergreen. And you guys must have loved this for your holiday projects this year because it made our top seller list even though it was only available from October, November, and December. So love that new wintergreen color. And last, this one was maybe the surprise for me, Brussels Sprout. I do love this color. It came out with a lighter version called Green Tea, which I do find myself using a lot as well. And if it's hard to see in the packaging, it's kind of like a deep forest green color. Not quite as green as jalapeno, maybe a little bit dustier, but I love these colors. So those are our top 3 new cardstock colors as best sellers this year. Okay, now let's talk about inks. It might stand to reason that you would think that the best-selling inks would match the best-selling cardstocks, but they don't. So the top 3 established colors of ink this year are, and we only ran full-size ink pads, so it could be different for minis, but these are some of my absolute favorites, and they happen to go really well together. Dried fig, blueberry, and dragon fruit.
Woo!
Love those.
I mean, I can see a color combo there.
I know, doesn't that look so pretty together? My next card, dried fig, blueberry, and dragon fruit. So if you don't have these, maybe you want to join the rest of our TE fans and grabbing these. Like I said before, I'll keep reminding you, all of the products that I'm sharing with you today are part of the Best of TE category, and you can grab them for 10% off starting today. All right, now our top 3 new colors. We have mostly the same as the cardstock, but we have one newcomer. So we have blue cheese, winter green, and this time we get to see green tea. That is the lighter version of the Brussels sprout, kind of a great color family pairing between the green tea and the Brussels sprout. So that is the best selling 3 new ink colors in 2024. Super fun. All right, let's get to talking about some of our other collections of products. So you guys know we love our rubber stamps around here, and our most purchased stamp, I'm going to give people a little bit of a chance to guess before I show you this one. What do you think was our most purchased stamp set this year in 2024?
Man, there's so many to
Oh,
love.
there's
It's
so many.
hard.
I know. I had a few guesses, so it's always fun to guess, and then when the marketing team comes back with the actual answers, it's fun to kind of compare guesses. I love the Sundry Sentiments was one of my favorite sentiment sets this year, and I thought that might be top of the list, but there have really been so many, and this one that I'm going to share with you was one of our best innovations in 2024. I still remember kind of having the light bulb turn on while Susan and I were talking about how could we possibly get patterns on our easy strips. And here is what we came up with that you guys loved. This is called Playful Patterns for Easy Strips. If you haven't heard of it, we're going to use it today. And what this does is help you get patterns on your easy strips. You actually stamp and emboss, or just stamp tone on tone, or however you want to stamp it. You stamp first, and then you use the coordinating dies to cut these into strips so that you end up with a lovely look like this. Isn't that fun?
Woo!
I have lots of them already stamped. We're going to do some of them so I can show you how it works, but I have lots of them already stamped for the project that we're going to make today. I have lots of guesses for Gus and Gertie, and while those were very popular collectively as a whole, there wasn't any one of them that was more popular than this. So it's fun to see what you love and what you thought was going to be the best of TE.
I remember you and Susan testing out those stamps, and squeals were coming down the
Yes.
hallway. Oh, I was so excited!
I think we ran them around the whole office, and we were like,
Yes.
look at this, look at this.
It's so pretty, it's so
It works. Okay, so let's take a look now at the most purchased die for 2024. Anybody have any guesses? Dies are lots of fun.
Woo!
You can do lots of things with them. This one is very, very versatile. And it also had the benefit of releasing early in the year this year. So it had a full year of sales, where some of the things that maybe released later on in the year didn't have quite as many months to catch up. But I'm not sure anything would have caught up to this one because it is something that everybody loves. Looks like Mindy's got it. Here it is. Postage stamp Stacklets, specifically the A2 postage stamp Stacklets. And we have since released a mini slim postage stamp Stacklets, and this is a really fun look with the postage border on it. And then Stacklets, if you're not familiar, are a set of nesting dies. So in this particular set, there are 5 different frames that feature that postage border on it. So that was our best seller for dies.
We use those all the time.
All the time. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so let's take a look at stencils. Any guesses for our most purchased stencil? This would be for a standalone stencil, not any kind of stamp and stencil combo or stencil and die combo. Think about just stencils. It has been one of my favorites.
I mean, it is in our theme.
It doesn't
our
get
overall TE love.
Yes. It doesn't get any better than rainbow, right? So you guys agreed, and our best-selling stencil for this year was Fanfare. Let me turn it over so you can be reminded what that looks like. Those 6 different stencil layers combined together to make this fun arced design. It sort of looks like the Wi-Fi bars on your phone. Don't you think, Whitney? Like, yes. It tells you how many bars you have. Looks a little bit like that, but also like a rainbow. And I love it. So let me show you a card I made quick that combines the postage stamp Stacklets and the Fanfare stencil, so you can get a picture of what that looks like in your head if you're not familiar. So there's those A2 postage Stacklets, and then I blended the stencil on top of our Fanfare stitching plate. So we do also have a stitch plate that coordinates with this particular stencil. It was actually a freebie during one of our months where we do the 100 plus freebies, and then we release the stencil to blend inside of the stitched lines. So now we have both products, but this was our best selling stencil this year. I should be asking people, do you have these? Do you think this has been one of your favorites this year? And are you one of the people that made it a bestseller by purchasing it? Okay. Now let's talk about another thing that has become a fast favorite around here, insiders. If you are not familiar, one of the things that we are known for at TE is our insiders collection. And these are designed to help you create the inside of your card easily. So I know we all love making that pretty outside, and then when it comes to the inside, a lot of times you open up the card and, oh, there's nothing, and I have to think of what to write. So our insiders panels are pre-designed pieces that you can slip inside your card, and they have the message written for you. They're also toner printed so they can be foiled, and we have them in all different occasions. It's probably not a huge surprise that our best seller for 2024 in the insiders category was birthday wishes, particularly the vertical, but the horizontal I'm sure is lovely. Has the same sentiments if you want to use it for horizontal cards. It's just oriented this direction. So birthday wishes vertical, we're going to be using this on our projects today and foiling it, but it has some great sentiments in it for birthdays, which I know is one of the most crafted for occasions is birthday. So that one, maybe not a huge surprise. Let's take a look at the projects we're going to make today, since they use several of the products you've already seen. So we're going to use those Playful patterns for easy strips. I did one where I have a large white border around the card base, and then I did one where the strips actually adhere to the card base. Then one of my favorite things to do is take the insider to the outside. So I actually die cut the insiders panels, foiled them, and we'll place those on the front of the card. So there's a couple cards that we're going to get to make together today. Then a couple more things. Our most purchased foilet. So our foilets are pre-printed in toner so that you can foil them. And there are so many different ones. Some coordinate with stencils, some coordinate with dies. Some of them coordinate with nothing, and they're just a pattern that you can foil and put in the background. So we have so many different foilets. And our best seller, again, maybe not surprisingly, we all make a lot of cards that need a sentiment on them. So we have this one that was our best seller. It's called Foilet Sentiment Strips. And you get 4 different panels here. There are different sentiments on each of these. So there's one that's more of a birthday panel. It has happy birthday, have a magical day, it's your day, etc. And then we've got some other panels with like friendship sentiments, thank you sentiments, encouragement sentiments, get well soon. There's just about everything on here. The great thing about these is after you foil them, you can die cut them with our die that's called sentiment strips. So we have that in our collection, and it is designed to coordinate. Oh, thanks, Whit.
Yeah.
Whitney grabbed it for me. This is what it looks like. I've got it on my magnet panel, but if you don't have this die set, it is one of our most used here in our craft room, and it actually is designed perfectly to cut out the different sentiments in this foilet. So there we have foilet sentiment strips.
Those are so easy to use.
They really are. They can go on just about anything. Let me bring this card back so you guys can see. I did use it here at the bottom with Sending You Sunshine. Just foiled that in a champagne foil and then popped it up on top of the fanfare. So super cute, super easy to put lots of different places. Okay, most purchased tool. Now I know, we lumped tools and storage together because that's how they are on our website. So you might not think of this as a tool, maybe more of a storage item, but here it is. This is our most purchased in 2024, the Simple Storage Box. Whitney, do we have a couple of these around? Yes. I should have grabbed that ahead of time, but I thought I could show you a few of the things that will fit inside of these. Let me see if I can get this one open here. Well, I totally ripped that, so we'll just have to keep this one.
I have so many things to store in these.
I know, so useful. Whitney, the organizer, finds a million things that we can put in here. So originally when we designed this, we wanted to be able to travel with our blender brushes without having them kind of all just in our fist and all the bristles getting mixed together and the inks kind of combining. So these do fit our blender brushes perfectly. And we've got one here. Let me show you a few of the brushes. So there's what they look like. You can kind of vary them back and forth so your brushes don't, or your bristles don't have to touch. I believe you can fit, I want to say 5 in there. Yep. Cool. Another red one. So there you go. You can fit 5 brushes in one, which means that our full collection of 10 brushes will fit in 2 boxes. You can also put mini ink cubes in here. A lot of people use it as their little go kit when they're crafting. You can put your scissors, your acrylic block, your little glue tube, all kinds of things. So you'll also recognize this case because we sell it with inserts for storing your simple strips and your mini strips. Cutouts, and so this is the same size box, but we sell them empty and with inserts. So there is the Simple Storage Box. And last but not least, we have our most purchased embellishment. What do you think it is? Another favorite of mine that I use all the time. And in this particular, oh, here, I'll shake it and then maybe the guess will be easier. This is Bits and Pieces Teal Glitter Drops. So I know! Teal? Can you believe it? Shocking. I know. One of my favorite colors, as everyone is aware. You can see all the teal across my desk here. But the teal glitter drops were our best-selling embellishment. And glitter drops in general, they come in all the colors of the rainbow. And we've been adding some new ones this year as well. We have some fun foil drops that work great for Valentine's Day in our collection. So these little gems are just something that add that little pop of extra sparkle when you need it. So looks like we have some other lovers of glitter drops out there. Okay, guys, we are going to craft together. Or should we talk?
Crafty.
Maybe we should talk about.
Are you going to give
Except for I forgot. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I wanted to talk, I've already talked to you guys about one of your favorites this year was collecting our freebie stamps. Whitney, do you have that, do we have the postage one that I could show the final
Absolutely.
one? Just so everybody knows where I'm going with this. Thank you. All right, how many of you was this one of your favorite things in 2024? I saw some posts towards the end of the year that you were Very excited to fill your whole card with stickers, and your entire back is now filled with stamps, and everybody has been clamoring for kind of a little peek at what's going to come in 2025. So first, the first thing I have to tell everybody, this does not start today. So if you're placing an order today, your every order freebie for the new year starts tomorrow. So
I'm ready.
okay, I want to give everybody a little sneak peek. You are getting it here first, so thanks for watching today. You can, of course, find it on the website later, and here it is. Ready? It's a blank card.
It's beautiful.
It's a blank card just to show you that we do have a collection card again, which means it is a rubber stamp collection this year. You might notice a few things, including the name at the bottom. It's called A Year in Bloom. Can anybody guess that it might be what? Could it be?
What could it be?
Could it be? Yes, somebody said OMG flowers. Okay, so I know that one of my favorite things is kind of thinking about birth month, and the birth month flowers are going to be our year in bloom. And so you're going to get, with every order, a little bag. Check for that in your order, and then you'll get that sticker like you did last year along with the stamp. So we have our January stamp. Here is your little sneak peek. We've got one that I have actually stamped out so that you can see what that first month is going to look like. And then your cute little sticker.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cute? It tells you the month and the name of the flower on the sticker, and then you can see the imagery there. So we are really excited about kind of following this through the year, of course, filling in our card with all of the different months. And then just a little heads up that you will want to mark your calendar for January 14th, when you will hear more about the Every Order Freebie collection, because of course we have designed some extra products that will help you use these little stamps that you collect throughout the year, just like we did with the postage collection where we had a die set that coordinated. We're going to have some really fun things to share with you on how to use these on your projects, and that will be coming on January 14th. So this collection card and the additional goodies will not be available for purchase until the 14th, but the stamp will start arriving in your orders placed on January 1st. Hopefully that makes sense. So starting tomorrow, if you place an order tomorrow or beyond in January, this is the stamp you're going to get. And the sticker, you'll just have to hold on to the sticker until those collection cards are available for purchase on the 14th of January. Any questions anybody's asking that I missed? We're pretty excited about that.
I'm so excited.
That's going to be one of our favorite things. Okay, Darcy, looks like you might have beat me to it with your question. So yes, I did answer about the card is not available until the 14th. So mark your calendar, and yeah, get ready for another year of fun freebies. Okay, now let's get crafty. So we are, as I mentioned, going to be using the best-selling stamp of 2024, which is Playful Patterns for Easy Strips. My panel is very dirty because I use it a lot. So since I love cleaning so much, let's clean this off here. And we can actually use a little bit of alcohol just to wipe off the ink on the front of my panel. I love that. Good as new, clean as a whistle. So we are going to use the stamp here on the left side of our panel. There are two different stamps in this set, and they are designed to cut with two different Easy Strips dies. So this one that has 4 patterns on it, that is designed to cut with the 1/2" Easy Strips. You can use the stitched version or the regular version of Easy Strips. And then over here, this one is designed to cut with the 1/4 inch. So you'll see multiple patterns or multiple lines of each pattern. This one cuts 4 strips and this one cuts 8 strips. So that's kind of the difference between the two. Depending what size strip you want will determine which stamp you use. We're going to use this one that cuts out with the 1/2 inch easy strips. And of course, I'm not going to change my ways right now. We're going to use teal for
What?
I know.
I was really thinking, you know, about what goals I have this year. And, you know, maybe using purple should be on your list of things.
Yes, on my list of New Year's goals, use more purple. Actually, I do feel like I've gotten better
Yes,
this
you're doing
year.
great.
I have started to incorporate a lot more purple into my projects. When I make the rainbow, I no longer ignore purple. I find a place for it. So, all right, we're gonna take Tropical Punch is the color that I'm using. I'm gonna powder it here. And then I have Versamark. Whitney, I'm thinking ahead. Can you grab my little buffing cloth when I'm done with this? The one that was in the advent calendar. I'm loving that. I think it was on the table right behind you, maybe.
Yep, I got it.
Okay, so we're going to stamp this in Versamark, and then I am going to emboss it with white embossing powder. Oh, good. Brooke said she got her first advent calendar this year, and she loved it.
Aww.
I know there was some sadness on the day after Christmas. I saw a few posts on the fan page about going through withdrawals. There was no gift to open today, so thank you to those of you that followed along with us in December. I had lots of fun creating with all the little goodies that we put in the advent calendar. And if you didn't quite make it in this year, then mark your calendar for July, because that's when we offer the pre-order for our advent calendar. And then in November, we usually have a few that we have left over that we offer for sale, but it's always a very limited quantity. So getting in on that pre-order is your best bet for making sure you don't miss out. Okay, here's my white embossing powder.
Some ladies are saying they're going to need to make room in their stash.
For what?
Their crafty stash for 2025 items.
Oh, yes, yes. Make room now. I know I've seen lots of people are organizing, taking this week of, or couple of weeks of kind of more slow time, maybe vacation time or time off of school to get organized in their craft room and ready for 2025. We have been doing the same around here. Right.
Someone said they're trying to convince their husband to just add on to the house. I think that sounds wonderful.
That sounds like a great idea. Yeah. Then you don't have to, you know,
Worry about-
purge or
Yeah.
don't even have to think about that. All right, I'm going to use my little mini mitts as we get to embossing this. All right, so I'm never certain that I can be heard over the top of the embossing gun, so I'll try not to say anything too important while I'm finishing this off. Okay. I love those little mini mitts. They keep my fingers from burning. Okay, so let's grab my little buffing cloth. So if you did get our advent calendar this year, this was a buffing cloth that we included, printed with a fun rainbow pattern. And it's a really thin microfiber cloth that's great for buffing the powder off of your paper after you've done your embossing, because the powder tool does leave a little bit of a cloudy residue on the cardstock. So it's good to buff it off with a clean cloth. And I always seem to have like a dirty cloth at arm's reach. So I have loved having this little guy. Also, if you do wear glasses, which will be me very soon, you can use it to clean your glasses too. So it has multi-purpose, but we just buffed that extra residue off. And then one thing I didn't mention while I was stamping, but you probably have noticed that there's a line all the way around the outside of each of these stamps. And that's what allows it to line up perfectly with the Easy Strips die. So here's what the Easy Strips die looks like. You want to make sure that you do ink and stamp this line, because that's how you're going to get it lined up. You're going to place that die right over the top, and it's going to sit perfectly inside of that line, so that when you tape it down and send it through your die cut machine, it's going to cut the stripes perfectly centered on your strips. So let's get out the die cut machine. All right, I'm interested to hear too, what are some of your goals this year? What's something you want to do or do more of or do less of? I've been doing a lot of thinking, and actually I've been talking, somebody that I work with told me now is not the time of year to think about all the things you ever wanted to change and try and change them all at the same time. I think that's where I get hung up at the beginning of every year, because it is the time you reflect and think about changes you want to make and things you want to do, and then it feels overwhelming, and then we take on too many things and then we quit, right? So I think it's okay to think about things, but maybe picking like one or two that you can really dive into, and maybe saving a few more for, okay, in April, I'm going to start doing this one, or that kind of thing. That's what I'm trying to think of it.
I love that.
Think of it like, because I am one of those that bites off more than I can chew. I have the greatest of intentions, and I think I'm going to drink more water, and I'm going to exercise every day, and I'm going to read a book a week, and and before I know it, I just feel bad because I haven't done any of those things. And so yeah, tell me, what are some of your resolutions or goals? Oh, that's sweet. Arlette says she wants to make more cards for charity.
Oh, I love that.
That's great. Pam says inventory the rest of her craft stash.
Ooh, fun.
Oh, yes, I love that. April says, I frame my goals as intentions. Instead of calling them goals or resolutions. I like that. I feel like every year one of my goals or resolutions is to read more. And so I'm going to keep that the same, because I love reading. It doesn't feel like a chore or something I don't want to do. Kind of like exercising feels for me sometimes. Like, I know I should have the resolution or the goal to move more in 2025, but it's not nearly as fun as reading more.
These people are my people. They said organize!
Organize more, yes.
I love how you're like, exercise, drink water, thinking about all those things. I'm over here like, I would like to go through my entire house and organize every nook and
yes. I mean, that sounds really fun. I have overflowing closets that whenever anyone in my family has something that no longer fits or they just don't want it anymore, I say, go put it in the spare bedroom in the basement in the closet.
Yes!
And now that closet is just like exploding. It's like on the ground outside the closet, and it's time to organize and go through that. So, yep, I'll add that one to that's going to be my April one, Whitney. The one that I'm going to start in April. Raina says, use products I have purchased, use my stash. That's great. We love to show you ways to use things that have been previously released in our collection. We're going to have some fun with that this spring as we do our Perfect Pairings release. Okay, so here's where we ended with that die cut, and you can see all of those are perfectly centered. You now have patterned strips, and you can do this with any number of colors. You can stamp them tone on tone. You can emboss with sparkle embossing powders. You can do them on you can do them on white cardstock with colored inks. So lots of options. And I didn't want you guys to sit here all day while I embossed all of these. So I have most of the colors done here. Let me walk you through my color combination since we're not going to be embossing on all of them. So we're going to start with red. Let's start with the rainbow. So this is cherry pop. Then we're going to move to candy corn. Next up, I'm throwing something a little bit different in the mix. This one is sweet corn. So that was a new color released towards the end of this year. It's been a yellow I've been grabbing for more often these days. Then I have dill pickle. Let's see what I have for dill pickle patterns. Let's go with that one. Then tropical punch is what we had already embossed on. And then we'll end it with dried fig. Let's see. How about we do this one? Okay, so there are my 6 colors. You'll notice on my sample that I separated the colors with a little bit of white, and that is die cut from our 1/8 inch easy strips from Sugar Cube cardstock, just to give a little separation between all of those colors. And we're gonna get ready to tack these down. I have a piece of cardstock here, and let me just remind myself I cut it at a special size to fit these pieces just perfectly. If you want to write this down, it is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and that is going to perfectly fit each of these elements across it. So we have one of each of our strips and one of these separator pieces in between. Ooh, I'm just seeing all these resolutions come by. Make one Christmas card every month. That's a good idea. All right, then.
Raina has a question about the embossed easy strips.
Okay.
Have you ever used the glitter, the sparkle embossing powders for these, and does it work well? Is what she's wondering.
I have used sparkle embossing powders. Yeah, it would just give it a little bit of shimmer to it, or a little bit of sparkle, I guess you would say. Trying to peel this off while I talk is not the best. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take one corner of this sticky sheet, which I cut to the same size as my cardstock. I like to fold down one corner of this and place it up into the corner of my cardstock that matches. And once I have that perfectly lined up and stuck down, then I can just kind of fold this back and peel this down as I smooth it with my other hand. And that is going to make sure that I get it on there perfectly straight, that I don't have bubbles in my sticky sheet. And we do offer these sticky sheets. They are A2 sized on our website, so you can make all of the patterns that you so desire using easy strips or pieced patterns, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I don't like to expose all of my adhesive, just so that my hands have somewhere to hold as I'm doing this. So we're going to start with the red all the way on the left. You will notice there is a stitch line across the top of this die cut. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to hang this off of the top edge just slightly so that I can trim that off so that it will match the bottom. Since I won't have a stitch line on this end, I want to cut this end off. So you'll see me slightly overlap that as I put this first piece down. And the first piece is really your most important piece because everything else is going to build off of that. So I want to make sure that I get it on there just perfectly. And sorry, I didn't do it the first try. Okay, feel good about that. Here we have strip number 1. Now we're going to put one of our spacers in there, one of the 1/8 inch strips, and just kind of pull the strip towards the one that you already have stuck down so that they're right up against each other. And then we'll continue with orange. Now would not be the time to get your rainbow in the wrong order, Taylor. I have to recite Roy G. Biv in my head. I've gotten to doing crossword puzzles lately on the New York Times app.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yes, but I do the mini crossword because I honestly don't have patience or knowledge to complete the large one. But one of the clues the other day was Roy G. Biv, and it said blank G. Biv, and I was like, I know that answer. Okay, now
I played Scrabble over Christmas break, and that was super fun. It gets your brain.
Scrabble?
Yes, I hadn't played it in a long time. They came out with a new version, and I was all like, okay, let's do this. So much fun.
Oh, fun.
Kids loved it.
You're not usually a game person, so
I
I'm
know.
surprised.
Shocker. I'm too busy cleaning.
Too busy. Right, too busy organizing.
Too busy organizing.
Always something to organize. I mean, whatever brings you joy, right?
Yes.
And for some people, that organizing and
I love it.
It feels like a task, and for others, it's like life-giving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are on. I'm going to pull the rest of this off now. We're on to the dill pickle. Okay. Another strip of 1/8. Our studio is open today, so if you're local and looking for something to do, you can come by and see us. They're open till 3, so we have a little bit, closing a little bit early for New Year's Eve day. So what's everybody's plans for New Year's Eve? Anybody? Besides organizing and cleaning your craft room? We have
big
I
plans.
know! Whitney and I have plans. So that should be fun. We're taking the kids. We have kind of made this an annual tradition as long as we're both in town. But it was her son's birthday yesterday. Big 4 years old. So we get to celebrate tonight. We're staying in a hotel with the kids and they're going swimming. We decided we're not.
We're like, it's cold outside. Do we even want to do that?
No.
Water.
Water.
It's inside.
The water has to be at least like 80 degrees for me to get in it.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Same as one of you just said, playing games with the family tonight. So that's what we'll be doing, playing games with the kids. And of course, the husbands will be there too. Henry gets to go swimming, which he loves. So it'll be fun.
They do like spending cousin time together.
They do.
We're lucky.
And we had a lot of firsts at our house this holiday for Henry. It was his first time we went bowling. So, and you know what? We have 5 people in our family. Henry got second place in bowling.
What?
I mean, he did have bumpers on the bowling, and he used one of those rolly, like, rail things to push the ball down, but man, he beat me. He beat everybody but John. He beat both of the girls and he loved it. So that was a first. And then yesterday, Henry saw his first movie in the theater.
Aww.
So we watch a lot of movies at home because it's easier for him to like be able to move around and be loud and noisy. But yesterday we took him to the movie. We saw Moana 2 and he loved it. It was super, super fun. So we've had some fun times. Okay, so I am going to use thin foam tape on this. Kind of pull a few of these off. And then let me get my mink or my mini mink ready. I'm going to start heating it up while I glue this down, so that we're ready to foil one of our insiders panels. Okay. Wishing you lots of happy on your birthday. Do we have that one? Here it is. All right. Take these pieces off. Nancy says she'll be asleep by 10 tonight. That's okay. I rarely make it to midnight either, so we'll see what the kids have in mind this year. We always stay the night at the hotel, but they usually end up conking out before midnight strikes. All right. While I'm waiting for that to heat up, let's go ahead and put our little cupcake together. I'm going to blend this with a little bit of lollipop as just a quick dimensional blend. I thought you had oh, here it is. Ha!
Did you find it?
I found it, but I already have this one in my hand, so I'll just use this quick. I've got my detail blender brush, and we're getting a little tornado-ish over here. Did you want to come put the numbers on these so I'm ready to go with our giveaway? We're going to give away to 6 lucky watchers.
Thanks.
I know.
My most
pretty
favorite
exciting. This little cupcake, I don't think I said this already, came from the Gnome Alone Birthday set. And we'll put a little red drip drop on top for a cherry. Even though teal was the best-selling color. Can't get that to come out. Do we have a little glue tube? Or
Yes, let me grab one.
maybe.
Boop.
Oh, I got
Baby
it.
holder. Oh.
Of course, I just have to ask, and then it starts going. All right. Okay. Pick up my glitter drop. Actually, you know what? Do I have that? Nope, I don't. I have to get my new pick and place tool here because I still have this crystal katana out, and
Oh yeah.
gotta get my new one at the live station so we can use that. Okay, clean this guy up. And we'll pull my mini mink into frame here. It's all heated up and ready to go. I'm gonna use this wishing you lots of happy on your birthday. And I have my shim here, Foil Magic shim, and the 6x6 carrier sheet. And then I have some silver shimmer foil. This is great for sentiments, especially when you want to have like that party feel, because it's got a little bit of iridescence to it, but not too much so it's still readable as a sentiment foil. And then we'll go ahead and put that through.
Whitney's goal list, give more giveaways.
Oh, is that?
2 more giveaways!
More giveaways.
I love announcing giveaways. It's like the best feeling to win something.
It really is.
And I feel like it goes away. The older that we get, the less giveaways and fun prizes that you can win.
I
so
know.
I'm always like, I love it. I love that part of my job. It's so great.
All right. Peel that off, and we have our sentiment all foiled. Now we need to die cut it. So let's move this back out of the way. I have a couple of different die sets that I use because they come in slightly different sizes. I have our stitched circle stacklets and then our regular circle stacklets that don't have stitching. The one that I found to work best with this particular sentiment was the stitched circle stacklets. I think it's the second largest one here. And I'll go ahead and cut that out. I'll do it off screen so I don't have to drag my die cut machine into the frame again. Give me just a second here. And then all we have to do is glue everything together. Really quick and easy. I love having a quick birthday card kind of in my back pocket because I don't always make birthday cards ahead of time, but I might need to make them more quickly. And so this is one you can make quickly when you get all of these embossed, or if you keep them in your collection. I forgot to show you guys that, so I'll have to pull that out a second. If you're ever kind of looking for a mindless task, I like to call them. Maybe you're not feeling super creative, but you want to do something that your future self will thank you for. A lot of times I will sit and emboss these easy strips, and so they're ready to use when I want to use them. And this was the thing that I didn't share with you guys yet, but we have storage for our easy strips. This is called the Simple Storage for Easy Strips. It has that divided container inside with these clips on the side, and you can store them by color. You can put your embossed ones in there. I have all different sizes in one, and I have them arranged by color. So then when you're ready to make your cards, the hard part is done. I guess not hard isn't the right word, but the time-consuming part is done, and you can just have fun piecing together the patterns and come out with a quick card. So after we die cut that sentiment, we'll go ahead and pop this on the front. How many of you are still with me, getting ready for the prizes? Woo! Okay, so you have to be a good listener to win a prize, because we're doing this a way that we haven't done this before. So put your listening ears on, if I can get a little teachery here for a second, and I'm going to tell you how you can win. We also will not be drawing the winner right now. So you will have, if you're able to watch on replay, you will have until, did we say Friday, Whitney? Do you want to do Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking, Friday.
We will post the winner on Friday. And that'll just give us a little time so that everybody can get back into the office. And a lot of our staff is still off this week, so that will give us some time to get back and get all of those names posted. So, all right. Looks like Kim has listening ears. I love it. Okay, so because these products were our best sellers, I know that there are probably quite a few of you that already have some of them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay out 6 products here on my screen. They're going to have a number on them. And if you don't have that particular product and you would like to be considered to win it, we will be drawing randomly from all of the people who leave a comment with that number of the product that you would like to receive. So here we go. Does that make sense? Hopefully that made sense. Let me pull this out here. We have, and I'll leave it up on the screen for you for a bit. So product number 1 is Playful Patterns for Easy Strips. If you don't have this one and you would like to add it to your collection, then go ahead and post 1. And I would just say, if you already have it, let somebody else who doesn't have it have a chance to win this. So leave a comment with the number 1. That's all that goes in your comment, number 1, if you would like to win this. Okay, and then we'll draw randomly. So that is what we are going to do for every product. So if you want to win number 2, you would leave a comment with just the number 2. So every comment should only have 1 number in it. You can pick all 6 of them if you want. You would leave 6 different comments then. If you don't have any of the products and you want to be able to win them, then you don't have to pick just one product to win, but you can put your name in the hat for all of them. Okay? Does that make sense? We're still going. They're doing it. I see all the ones pouring in. All right, number 2, if you didn't get a chance to purchase this one, it is A2 postage stamp Stacklets. So put in a number 2 if you would love to win that one. Okay, I'll keep going and you guys can keep leaving your comments. And again, if you're watching on replay later, feel free to leave the numbered comments as well. We will be drawing on Friday. Or maybe we might draw on Thursday and we will announce on Friday. So leave your comments by the end of the day on Thursday. Number 3 is Fanfare Layering Stencil. All right, if that's one that you would like in your collection, put in a number 3. Okay, we have a few smaller things to kind of end this today. Number 4 is our simple storage containers. If you want to try one of these, getting one in your hands is often the best way to figure out all the different things that you might want to put in here. So if you don't have one of these yet, put in a number 4. Or even if you do have one and you want another one, this is one that is more of a consumable product, so you can have more than one of them and make use out of it. All right, next up we have number 5, and that is our Insider's Birthday Wishes. The Insider's Birthday Wishes is number 5. I love this. This is so fun.
I love seeing what everyone wants, but I mean, what's not to love?
I know, right? These were everyone's favorites, so I'm guessing a lot of people have them, but again, these are more consumable items, so if you're using a lot of this Insiders and you want to stick your name in the hat for that one, even if you already have it, you can do that. And then the last one is Foil It Sentiment Strips. So those are our 6 prizes today. We decided to do this a little bit differently, and hopefully it will be fun for everybody. We'll have 6 winners. We'll get those posted on our fan page on Friday. So if you're not part of our fan page, definitely, if you're on Facebook, head to Facebook and type in Fans of Tailored Expressions and join us there. We make lots of announcements that are that the people on our fan page get first. And so it's a fun way to interact with TE fans, make new friends, get inspired, and get sneak peeks. So there's my little plug for the fan page. All right, you guys. Whitney, do you want to go, or maybe she's watching, do you want to go tell Sue to come in?
Yes, let me grab her.
Okay, I think I've made it through all of my announcements, and I'm going to start walking you guys through what next week is going to look like. Or actually not next week, later this week. Doesn't it feel like this time of year is like every time you have a holiday, a new week starts? So I feel like it's the weekend tomorrow because we won't be at work, and then Thursday will be Monday. So
Yes.
my whole brain is just all mixed around this time of year. I'm sure everybody else is the same. So we do have a live on Thursday, and I have a special person I want to introduce you to. I know some of you have met her before. Come on in, Sue. You might have to stand on your tippies to be seen here. But I wanted to introduce you guys to Sue Banker. Sue, when did you start working here?
June.
June.
Beginning of June.
So it's been 6 months.
Yeah.
And that went by like in the blink of an eye. But also, Sue has been working super hard behind the scenes, making some beautiful inspiration for you guys to enjoy with every release. And I've been loving the kind of unique ways that she uses our products. And it's time for Sue to join you on a live. Yay! And not today, like by herself, making projects. So this is our little announcement that Sue is going to be live on Thursday. She's taking over the live. So Susan and Heather are off, and Sue will be creating. She's going to be using something super fun. You're using the January freebie, right?
Yep.
Not the every order freebie, but the $100 plus freebie. So definitely tune in to get inspired by that. And then after that, we're kind of back on our normal live schedule. So I will be live on Tuesday for our big Valentine release.
Oh, it's so fun.
A week from today. You've been really getting busy with that too. So that's been fun
Lots of fun.
Fun to play with. And yeah, so we'll be on our regular Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure you mark your calendar and get here with Sue 10 a.m. on Thursday. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's Eve and Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.